I feel like we don't need an introduction at this point in time, guys. I'm going to go over this quick psychology lesson with you guys, things that I have implemented in my trading to reach insane levels. If you guys are looking for live trading, maybe a prop firm or one-on-one mentorship, check out the links in my description. You guys can inquire for all those things below. I put together this psychology lesson to help every single one of you. I believe that maybe not all of you, maybe not 20%, even 10%. I believe that one of you watching this video right now, everything that I'm going to share with you, it's going to help you break through to the next level in your trading. And I hear all the time that traders are, the biggest thing that I hear a lot of the time when I talk to people on the phone about their trading and what's going on, they say that they struggle with consistency. So once you understand where you're struggling and what consistency actually means for you, which I'm going to cover in this lesson, that's when the breakthrough occurs. So let's start with this quote. Trading isn't about predicting the market. It's about mastering your emotions, trusting your edge, and showing up with discipline long after the excitement fades. And that's so true. A lot of traders come into this market, they're super excited, they're wanting to make money, but when they don't, they kind of get discouraged, they lose their discipline, and they stop going in at 100%. The same thing applies with any industry, guys. At first, it's going to take a lot of freaking practice. You guys can't expect to just master the markets within a month or two. Like, if you guys have the top people working with you in the beginning, in your beginning stages, oh, that's going to freaking 10x your learning curve, but it's still going to take some time. So I think these two little key points right here are going to help you guys understand more about yourselves. You need to realize that there's people that trade out of emotion and there's people that trade out of logic. There's different sides to the brain, and on a specific side we operate, and every decision that we make, it's out of emotion. And on the other side of our brain, there's another way of thinking and another side of our brain that operates in a manner where we're operating out of logic. So as a man, man to man, my ladies, this doesn't really apply to you. Women are more emotional, and that's not a bad thing. That's good, because women are a lot freaking smarter than us dumb men. We make stupid ass mistakes over and over and over again, and we have to face these horrible consequences and pain for us to change, but women are like, nah, we don't need to do all this stuff. That's why, honestly, a lot of girls that come into my mentorship and in trading in general surpass men much more quickly, because they're freaking smarter. So the thing that you guys need to realize, though, is when you guys are trading, you want to be trading out of logic and zero emotion. Human beings, we are emotional creatures. We enjoy going through different states of emotion, but with trading, it will destroy you if you are emotional. Because let's say that I go into a trade and I take a loss. Instead of me containing my emotions and saying, hey, a loss is a part of the game, I use proper risk management, everything is fine, my setup was there, it just didn't go the way that I expected. Versus saying, oh my God, why did I take a loss? Does trading even work? I think this may be a scam, because there's losses that are unintentional, and then there's taking losses that are self-inflicted. A lot of the losses that you traders are taking, they're self-inflicted. You did it on your own. It's not like the markets did something and you're conscious and the way that you perceive the markets didn't align. Like, no, you freaking over-leveraged your account. You took a trade because you had FOMO. You saw someone else that made 20K trading today and you wanted to make 2K or whatever it was, versus sticking to the trading plan. So when you're trading out of pure logic, you must think out of pure logic. It's you against you. The markets don't care how you feel. You just need to show up every day and trade robotic. And that last word right there is what set me free in my trading. When one of my mentors, he's like, bro, trade robotic. I was like, what does that mean? He's like, dude, you trade with zero freaking emotion. Whatever happens, happens. Instead of focusing on the next week, the next month, focus on the next 1 to 5 years. Because if you guys are showing up every single day and you're only taking a trade when your setup is there, you're going to freaking see a positive P and L. And that's why so many of you are fucking failing, is because you're focused on the short-term picture. You hate your job and you're like, hey, trading is my golden ticket to quit my job. You guys, be realistic. It's going to take time to get to where you guys want to be. But once you have this skill, you have this skill for the rest of your life. So you guys need to be logical when you're trading, not emotional. The 5 stages of change. This right here will blow your minds. I would definitely take notes on this and maybe record what I'm about to say during this one slide right here. But there's 5 stages of change that human beings go through in specific areas of life. And I'll give you an example after I go through this. But the first stage is when you're unaware. You aren't aware of the mistakes and the consequences associated with that mistake. So you make a mistake. You're like, hey, by me making this mistake, I don't think this is like bad or anything. And the second stage, you become aware. You're starting to be more aware of how this particular mistake makes you feel, and you don't like the feeling that it's starting to give you. Step 3, you're depleted. You can no longer take the pain associated with making that specific mistake, and you decide, hey, I need to change and no longer make this mistake. 4th stage is when you're growing, but you fall back into that mistake probably 1 or 2 more times before you get to stage 5 where you have fully changed and you no longer make that mistake. So here's an example. When I first started trading, I used to trade and over leverage my account. At first I was like, oh, 15 contracts? What is this gonna do? Click the button. I was like, oh, I took a loss. I wasn't really like aware, like, hey, me by doing a big lot size or a big contract size is gonna have this detrimental effect on my account. Then I started to do it more. I got to stage 2 where I was like, okay, like maybe I need to decrease the lot size or contract size because I'm taking these big hits on my account and I don't really like that. Then the 3rd stage, I got so tired of over leveraging my account and blowing accounts, losing money, having to refund the account that I could no longer take the pain associated with that mistake. I was either going to quit as a trader or I was going to change that mistake and no longer make it. Obviously, I had to go to stage 4 where I did it 1 or 2 more times. And then the 5th stage is when I finally have changed and I no longer over leverage my account. I'm disciplined in that area. So there's so many different variations and things that you guys are going to go through when you're trading where you need to be able to change and no longer make that mistake as quickly as possible. True intelligence is learning from a mistake as quickly as possible. How many freaking times do you need to make a specific mistake to where you have experienced so much pain where you finally say, okay, I'm done making this mistake. I've hurt myself so much and I'm just done. I'm finally done. It shouldn't have to get to that point. We should, once again, going back to this side, be logical. Stop being fucking emotional. Be logical. Like, if you know that you doing too big of lot size and rushing in trade is making you lose money, why are you going to continue to do it? Freaking change. It's not that hard. Now, this is the last slide that I have for you guys. These are the 4 books that I read in my trading career that gave me the biggest breakthrough. The first 2 are actually like psychology-based trading books, and then the other 2 are simply self-development books. The first one's The Daily Trading Coach, and you guys can get all these books on Amazon, or some might be at Barnes & Noble, but Amazon is probably your best bet. First book, The Daily Trading Coach by Brett Steinberg. I read that book for the first time in 2020, and after I read that book, I had my first $10,000 a day trading. After that, I had a $16,000 a day trading. I took a $700 account to $40,000 trading. I got huge payouts from FTMO, one of the prop firms back in the day for forex. Like, everything just finally clicked after I read that book. Then another good book was Trading in the Zone. I didn't like it as much as The Daily Trading Coach because in The Daily Trading Coach, there's so many actionable exercises that it goes over that are very, very helpful. Now, the third one is Outwitting the Devil. I actually have that book right here on my counter. Amazing book, one of my favorite books. I've read it 10 plus times. And it goes over just your mind and the law of attraction and how what you think about, you pretty much will bring into your life. Then the fourth one is No Excuses by Brian Tracy. It goes over self-discipline. So much value in that book. Guys, thanks for coming on this video, and I'll see you guys later. Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.